Alright, everybody, welcome to my broadcast. This is HWF Live. This is April, week 1, year 1 of my universe. So it's the very first episode here in my universe mode. And basically, what this is a broadcast of my universe featuring the calls of the different members from HWF, which is a players league for WWE 2K15 on Xbox One. You can find more information at hwf.guildportal.com if you're interested. We play on Friday nights in the Players League at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's a pretty fun little league. We're a small group, and we're always looking for more members. But you come in, you create an original call, and on Friday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, our general manager has a card ready and with matches lined up for all of us to participate in. We've got titles. They keep a history on the titles, and we got pay-per-views, and we'll set those up and basically just get together and try to incorporate fair play in our matches and have a nice, fun little league to hang out and play in and take the game to the next level for us anyways. Those calls that we create, I've asked all the members for their permission. They've uploaded their calls to community creations for WWE 2K15 this go around. We always buy the new games. This Fed's been running for a few years now, and now I've got their calls on my game and in my universe mode, and I'm going to let the AI simulate everything for the most part. I've set up the first 3 rivalries for this month, but after this month, I'm just going to let the universe kind of make everything organic and kind of decide what it wants to do itself after that. So it can break up tag teams, it can injure people, it can change their alignment from fan favorites to people that get booed. So we'll see what it decides to do. But let's get to the action here on April week 1, first episode of year 1 of my universe. Extreme Rules is the pay-per-view this month that we're building up to. And since this is the first show, I tried to get all the calls. I got 20 on the roster altogether so far. I tried to get them all on the action. And on the action on the first card. So we're going to start it off with a Battle Royal, over the top Battle Royal. And then after that, we're going to feature the champions in a tag team showcase. So we're going to have Warlock, which is going to be the singles title champion, tagging with Justin Sane, which is our world champion. He's got the most prestigious title in the universe right now, versus Grime and Terumi, which make up the tag team of Cyanide, and they're our tag team champions. So we'll get to see all 4 of the champions go at it in match number 2 of the evening. And then the 3 rivalries that I've got set up for this first month features The Risen and JT Roberts. And they're both in the single title division, which is basically the mid-card title. And then I've got the Dashing Duo, which is Camcorder and Dashing Dustin, against Youngblood and Amazing Punk, which are known as the Rockers. And they're setting up the second rivalry I've got going on in my universe. And then Flying Devil and Maverick, they've feuded a lot in the Players League, so I figured I'd go ahead and have them as the main rivalry in the universe mode, and so they're going to be kicking things off here with the main event. Alright, and then I forgot that I do have to change. I might not have to change, but I do have to change the entrances for, or the attires. Okay, Youngblood set as the Rockers. Let me make sure Amazing Punk set as the Rockers. Okay. So those are fine. My bad. Anyways, I've customized this universe. The shows are actually called HWF Live. The rosters are HWF. If you're interested in snagging them logos, if you're in the HWF, I've got them uploaded to Community Creations. So right now we got the main logo, and then I got the show logo right here. And I've I've done enough stalling here. Let's go ahead and start the show, because we actually are getting ready to play here in the Players League here in about an hour, so want to try to wrap it up. And there's our championships that we're using. I'll show you how those are set up real quick. We got Justin Sane, and we're using the ECW World Heavyweight Championship. And then we got Warlock using the WCW Hardcore Championship for our singles title. For our tag titles, we're using the ECW World Tag Team Championships, and we got Cyanide. I think these titles look good enough, and that's not necessarily why I chose them. I chose them because they don't have a lot of history attached to them. And when you go to HWF.com or WWE.com and look at the statistics, they show you all the history. And if we use the WWE Championship, for example, we'd have to have someone hold it longer than 312 weeks to end up knocking out that Hollywood Hulk Hogan record that he's got there. And I don't want the WWE superstars trying to overshadow the HWF superstars. I know this is a WWE game, but we mainly play in the HWF, and we don't hardly ever use anyone else. So already you see that there's not any kind of stats or history overshadowing any of the HWF guys with these 3 titles, because there simply just wasn't a whole lot there. And let's go start the action here, and we're going to keep the entrances on. I'm going to bump the momentum up to keep the matches fast-paced, and hopefully the whole card doesn't take too long to where I have to break it up into segments. Let's watch match 1 here and see what we got. And this is a 6-man battle royal over the top rope. And going from left to right, we got Kit Givens, which was given to me by Noodles, son of Jim. And he's the newest member in the Players League, so real excited to have him here with us. Then we got Chance, that was given to me by Epic Gamer 515. And Epic Gamer is HWF Hall of Famer, HWF alumni. He's been there since the beginning, but currently he's on a break right now, and can't wait to see him back in action when he finally decides to come back. Then we got Blaze, and he was given to me by Ayers Blaze, and he's still active and one of the top players in the league. And then also contributed by Ayers Blaze is one of his alternate characters, Bobby Black. And he's here representing his tag team. I've got them set up as the Faces of Fear. And he tag teams with Sin, who is also courtesy of Ayers Blaze. And next to him is Tyler Adams, which is our British superstar. We've got a few international superstars here in the mix. And Tyler Adams was given to me courtesy of ECW CM Punk 95, and he's here representing part of his tag team, La Cosa Nostra, which is some kind of Sicilian gang, is what it stands for, but I thought it was a pretty cool name to represent these international guys, and he's a British guy, part of that tag team with Jose Rodriguez, who is our Mexican superstar, or South American.
The following 6-man contest is a battle royal. Making his way to the ring, from Rochester, New York, the Cowboy Blaze.
And you notice I do use their social account names. I try to put their gamer tags in their social account names. That's one of the changes that I'll make when they give me their wrestlers, if they don't already have it set up like that. So once I get their calls, they do give me a little bit of freedom to do what I want since it's on my game, but I'm not going to re-upload them with my little tweaks and stuff unless they ask me to for whatever reason. But if you hand me a call and it doesn't have no entrance set up, then they're all going to come out and talk on their cell phone to the Wrath theme, and I can't have 20 guys on there all covered out to the same theme talking on the phone. The entrances are a cool aspect of the game, and they kind of help separate the calls from each other, add that uniqueness and their own little color and flair to them. So, but there we had Ayers Blaze, character Blaze, and the one I didn't get to introduce on the matchup screen was Christopher Demon, and that was given to me by Flying Devil. TMP Mean Tang created him, I said Flying Devil because that's what I'm used to calling him, but he also gave me Flying Devil. That's his main character, and then Christopher Demon is one of his alternates. Alright, so coming to the ring now, we got Bobby Black, another one of Blaze's characters.
The Faces of Fear from the nearest nightclub, Bob Black.
Like I said, he's the one representing the Faces of Fear. His tag team partner is Sin. We won't see him in action tonight, but I did want his team represented, so Bobby Black's part of the 6-man over-the-top battle royal. Escaped convict from your nearest maximum security prison. I think that's where he got all his tattoos. They all seem to have the prison ink look to them, so I wouldn't know because I've never got any prison tats. But from what Sons of Anarchy and television has taught me. And then right here we got Chance.
From parts unknown,
I had to create this entrance myself, which all I did was just copy and paste Miz's entrance and Adam Rose's theme. And I wanted to give him a little bit of that flamboyant flair. He looks like a pretty tough, no-nonsense, serious guy, but if you get to know Epic Gamer 515 and get to playing against his calls, you'll figure out pretty quick. He's not afraid to use a booty-popping moonsault on you, where his character will stand over you and start twerking and then go into a moonsault. And it's hilarious as ever. And it makes me slightly uncomfortable, but I had to make sure that I gave him that same kind of flair in his entrance. I wanted to kind of capture that. He's a fun guy. This is our British superstar, Tyler Adams.
Representing the Cosa Nostra from Blackpool, England, Tyler Adams. Wow.
He's here on behalf of his tag team, the Cosa Nostra. His tag team partner is Jose Rodriguez. Both of them came from ECW CM Punk 95, and they're both kind of got that elitist attitude. They're international superstars, and they feel like, you know, the American superstars just aren't up to their caliber where they're from, and they wanted to try to, you know, team up and just kind of really take over the HWF. But you'd be surprised at how many international superstars we actually have in the HWF, you know. We've got guys that can't even speak English in here, because if you look on the forums where we promo for the Players League, like I said, this is separate from the Players League. All this fiction is separate from the fiction we create for that. And those matches we actually play, these matches are just part of my personal universe in my little game that I do in my free time. And I'm just watching them. I just like to watch them. Most of the time I'll just be eating or snacking around.
And from Austin,
Can't really have my hands on the controller anyway, eating my cereal at whatever time of the day. But it's fun. I like to see everybody's creations kind of come together. This is Kit Givens, courtesy of Noodles, son of Jim. That is our newest superstar, and names this guy the Lone Star in his entrance, but everywhere else we call him Kit Givens. On the matchup screen we call him Kit Givens. When you're selecting his character, he's called Kit Givens, so I don't know what's up with the Lone Star. That might just be a nickname, or that might be a wrestling name, and Kit Givens is his contract name. I'll have to get with him on that, kind of clear up some of the discrepancies. One thing about Noodles, son of Jim, he definitely goes above and beyond when he's doing his calls. They have a little bit more done in their entrances. I didn't have to work on their entrances actually at all. A lot of the other guys, you know, they just didn't even work on their entrances, and he went and did an advanced entrance with all the little custom features in it where you have to set up the timing, the lighting, and the animations, and when stuff happens, when pyrotechnics happen, and Christopher Demon,
from Osaka, Japan, Chris Demon.
one of our international superstars from Osaka, Japan. Christopher Demon, he's given to me by TMP Meantang. Anybody interested in checking out the Players League needs to contact TMP Meantang. That is gamertag. You know, I use an underscore in the social account because they don't give you spaces, but usually the underscores represent spaces. If you're looking to contact somebody about joining the HWF, that would be the guy to do. Message TMP Meantang. Let them know you might be interested in trying it out for a couple weeks, or you want to just come to Friday night and maybe wrestle a match with somebody, you know, can work you in, let you kind of get a feel for the group, how we just like to kind of talk and hang out and socialize in the party chat. And yeah, we've got all kinds of different things that we've tried to do with, you know, each iteration of the game, and each year it's got its pros and cons. This year, the game's online servers are consistently as horrible as they were the last 4 or 5 years, but they've got their own challenges each year. Chance, first one out. What's going on, man? It's like 5 seconds. And then Blaze is like the #1 contender right now for the world title.
He's fought out of it.
But Battle Royals just might not be their thing, so yeah, I ain't mad at them.
Huge power move.
Yeah, at least they brought it in the entrance. And Kit Givens looking like he's about to get sent out of the ring. Bobby Black just letting him know he's not welcome there anymore. And two big guys in there with Tyler Adams. Christopher Demon in the gray, Bobby Black in the orange, Tyler Adams, and now we got a double team move on Christopher Demon. Stomp to the back from Tyler Adams. And Christopher Demon, he's trying to fight his way out from these guys teaming up on him here, and yeah, we might see a reverse double team now. Christopher Demon, he was looking like he was the one that wanted to kick Tyler Adams out, but I don't think it matters.
He's still in this one.
So, down to our final two, Bobby Black, Christopher Demon. Power slam from Bobby Black. Slamming his head to the mat.
And he's displaying tremendous
kind of a powerhouse battle between these two. Christopher Demon, you know, amazing arm strength, those punches, haymakers, just kind of staggering Bobby Black. And then big belly out of the corner. Vertical suplex here.
The Dominator has just
guys, I'm going to enjoy my dinner during this broadcast. I'm having baked spaghetti and a piece of a stromboli that was left over from when we went to the Italian pizzeria today. So if you're ever in the South Carolina upstate and you find yourself in the city of Henderson, go check out Margot's Pizza. A little local pizza place in one of the neighboring cities of where I live, and they got really good hot subs, strombolis, pasta, and pizza. So pardon me while I'm eating.
He's got him hooked.
Looks like Christopher Demon have a chance to win the 6-man battle royal, first match of this universe. Again, I want to plug that website, hwf.guildportal.com. give you a better idea of when we get together and how we do things, some of the rules we have, or it's kind of hard to standardize the rules from game to game because the game does change its engine each go around.
Not this. Mr. Black got all 3 eliminations. He's making whether you like it or not.
And I thought Christopher Demon was going to take that one, but Bobby Black ended up coming out the victor, representing his team, the Faces of Fear. So I know Sin's in the back, and he's been cheering him on, and he's happy to see his team represented here with Bobby Black and taking home the win.
Representing the Faces
I don't know how
of
that'll
Fear,
affect them in the
Bob
rankings.
Black.
An incredible match. It took tremendous fortitude.
It may
to
move them up in the
survive this
rankings. It may
elimination
not.
battle.
I'm not sure how the universe manipulates the rankings. I got to set them up initially, and then they just kind of randomize like how many weeks, like what they were last week, even though this is the very first week of the show. In the next match, we're going to see all the champions of the HWF facing off. So, from left to right, that's Just Insane, which is our world champion. And then that's Warlock, which is our singles title champion. And that's Grime and Terumi on the right over there, making up Cyanide, and they're our tag team champions. And I just wanted a way to kind of showcase the champions on the card, and this is that match right here. So we got the 2 singles champions teaming up against the tag team champions. And the singles championships, the world champion, Just Insane, he's holding the ECW World Heavyweight Championship. Warlock and the blonde hair, or red hair here, our ginger of the group, he's got the WCW Hardcore Championship. And Grime and Terumi, of making up the team of Cyanide, are the ECW Tag Team Champions.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring,
So this is
from
Warlock,
Belfast, Northern Ireland, the WCW Hardcore
yet another
Champion,
international superstar from
Warlock.
Ireland.
Oh, listen to this place. Everybody's on their feet. I love this atmosphere.
Ireland. Courtesy of ECW CM Punk 95. Holding the WCW Hardcore Championship, which would be the equivalent of like a television title, Intercontinental title, European Championship, something along the lines of that. And I've got kind of a way in my head I'm going to use to take the mid-card guys and bring them up into the world title, like main event tier. And I think at the end of each year, I'm going to look and kind of see where everybody is sitting at the rankings and drop the 2 guys from the bottom of the rankings of the World Championship and move them into the singles, or into the next tier down, and take the 2 guys at the top of the rankings from the singles title and move them into the World Division title.
From wherever he wants.
So that's how I'm going to go about changing tiers.
ECW World Heavyweight Champion.
This is Just Insane here. You gotta forgive me, my allergies are acting up right now. I've been up a long time too, so usually ends up clogging up my sinuses for some reason. So that's Just Insane, the ECW World Heavyweight Champion. And he's also the World Champion in our Players League too. And a fighting champion, he's defended that title many times and nobody's been able to take him out yet.
lunatic Grime and
This is Cyanide
the
here.
Demons, the disciples of darkness.
This is going to be
Grime
a
and
great
Tarumi.
tag match. I talked to these two teams earlier, and they're
Grime,
both ready to
courtesy
go.
of Iris Blaze. Tarumi, courtesy of Insani Umbra. And I forgot to mention it earlier. Justin Sane is Insani Umbra's main character in the Players League. And Tarumi is one of his alternate characters in the Players League. So we're not going to have any kind of grapple competition or anything to start this off. It's just going to go right into
Good use. Bam!
a big
Spine buster.
power slam after power slam, sidewalk slam from Warlock. Looks like Warlock's probably
Warlock's in complete control.
our biggest superstar out here.
Wow!
I want to say that Grime comes pretty close to sizing up with him. Just insane,
And
showing his
Grime
agility
just
with
gets
that
blasted.
reverse leg sweep. Low spinning leg sweep, and then capitalizes here with Grime on his back by going after
I can't wait to see those teams going at it. It should be a
by
classic
hitting him with
tag
some
team
knees to the
matchup.
groin. And Grime trying to reverse his way and change the momentum a little bit. He probably needs to go try tag in Tarun because right now he's not got a whole lot of momentum behind him. But that's starting to change here. He's starting to string together a couple moves. But he's going to take my advice, tag Tarumi in, which I think is a good call.
And he's toast.
As soon as Tarumi gets in, just insane with a kick to the head, and Insani Umbra, if he's watching this or catches this on YouTube later whenever I export it, both of these are his
And he hits him
characters.
with an impressive combination of kicks.
They're both pretty similar too. If you kind of look, they got similar color schemes. They both use the same hairstyle.
He's enjoying this.
They use different hair dye, and they are both fans of tattoos, which I think most of the league is pretty much biased on having tattooed characters.
And the sound of human flesh on the ground.
There's not
echoes
many in
around
there
the
you see
arena.
that aren't covered up with them. Warlock's one that's
Oh, mama!
coming in here without tattoos, and I would say that Grime is also, but I've actually got a old version of Grime, the new version of Grime. Whenever I get them off Community Creations, I have to collaborate with Blaze on that because I keep checking and it's not up there, but he tells me that the new Grime needs to
He's done.
be the one that I have because it's got all his tattoos and stuff on there.
Here's the cover. Up by the Nightmare. This match is being televised around the world in 18 languages in over
So
110
once again, this is Insani
He
Umbra.
anticipated that move perfectly.
Both of his characters are in the ring right now, and
Just
wasn't trying to be
gets
unfair to the
shoulder
rest of the
up. What a
guys. I
tag
just
team match this has been.
I tried to set up the champions the way they are actually in the league, and the Rockers are the tag team champions, but I had another match that I broadcasted on here where Cyanide beat up for the championship, and I wanted to kind of stay true to that. And yeah, so Insani Umbra just happens to hold multiple titles right now in my universe.
Whoa, trying to put him away.
And this is his finisher, suplex pile driver.
That'll take the wind out of your sails.
See if Warlock can come in here and break this up. No, he doesn't need to though.
He's
After
putting
about
those educated
2.9
feet to good
seconds.
use.
Grime was able to kick out.
Look out!
Now we got another finisher from Insani Umbra.
That's it. He's out. The shoulders
Just,
are down.
I think Grime's heads took a little too much punishment, so he managed to kick out. He really needs to get a tag. Hopefully they can get a hot tag. Now, a third finisher. Suplex pile driver one more time.
Shoulders down.
Trumi comes in,
Man, this has been a great match.
break it up.
He desperately needs to make a tag here. Good Lord, look at the fire in his eyes.
Gonna let Warlock get in
Looks
there.
like
And
somebody wants back in this match. He
looks
didn't
like
need a
Grimes
GPS
going
to
for his
find the mark.
comeback.
Man, he's still down after that move. I almost wonder if his bell got seriously wrong there. You hear how his leg connected?
And the tag team champions just really kind of dominating here. And
A quick punch to the gut.
as this match is progressing,
The nightmare
I don't
escaped
see
that
Justin Sane
Oh,
and
a
Warlock
serious knockout
coming out with
blow.
the win here if they keep trending like this. It's Trumi and Grime. They're proven whether tag team champions without a doubt. So
Fall-away slam, my goodness.
big
the
fall away slam there. And
Look at this. Trying to put him
Tarumi's gonna hit a signature or finisher, one of the two, but whatever it was, it hurts. And he's going to run and keep running. Run,
And here comes
Forrest.
his partner.
And now he's gonna be right there in the middle of a hot tag. So, and if my memory serves me correctly, AI always reverses out of a hot tag, and they didn't.
Oh, back to
Thank
the
you,
head.
game,
Back to the
for
temple.
fixing that. I don't know if that's the way I have my AI sliders set up or what, but I've got all my AI sliders set up to where reversing is at a minimum. I thought that might be a good way to showcase more action during the fights, because the reversals get kind of boring to watch and repetitive after a while. They almost always reverse the same ways,
He's in position.
and you just end
ready
up
to
seeing like
strike.
30 Russian leg sweeps on the map. So, like
Nightmare.
I said, Russian leg sleeps.
That's it. He's done.
Suplex pile driver from
He's got him covered.
Tarumi here
He got it. No. Kick
on
out
Justin
two.
Sane, who also uses the suplex pile driver, guys. And if that's a coincidence, it's probably because they're both in Sonny Umbras and he really loves suplex pile drivers. Tag team move here. Oh, I want to call that a bull handle.
Oh, that elbow's gotta hurt. There's one for the highlight reel. He wants
Good
back
tag
in
team
this match
fair
in the
here
worst
from
way.
Cyanide.
Looks like somebody wants back in this match. What's gonna happen now?
HWF, like I said, has been around for a few years. Stands for Hardcore Wrestling Federation. I remember when it was just a post in GameFAQs. If anybody's familiar with some of the WWE 2K15 message boards, GameFAQs seems to have a pretty faithful community that's been there. You see the same names in there year after year on the Xbox boards. And I remember when Mean Tang first posted that he had an idea for a league. And I want to say that was back in like 2010. 2009 or 2010, but don't take my word for it. You can go to the website at hwf.guildportal.com, and if you go and look up like the championship history, it shows whenever our first championship title, you know, shows the first person that ever won the championship title, and it has a date beside it. It's time stamped, so, or date stamped anyway.
Devastating. Simply
And that'll kind of show you, like, you know, when we first started the league. So pretty neat. If you're into nostalgia and you've been in the group and kind of want to track like where it came from and see what we've done in the past with it, you could always just pour through the message boards and look at some of our old promos and all of our old posts and see what kind of feuds and rivalries and information that we put up about all our calls that we've made in the group, and see who's came, see who's went, see who's still here. And we've got a Hall of Fame that people will get inducted into. Their calls will get inducted into after they've made certain accolades or just been around long enough in the league. We try to represent them that way, especially if they've got tired of playing him and they moved on to someone else. You know, we don't want to forget about him.
Oh, and he's going to have to do something big here. His partner is in bad shape.
Warlock in here. It looks like Justin Sane's a little winded, so Warlock needs to kind of hold his own until Justin Sane gets his composure back. And right there was a signature. Grimes fresh. He's going to break this up pretty quick, no problem. Warlock's going to try to capitalize. He might be able to nail Terumi with the finisher, and there we see the brogue kick.
This could do it. The Nightmare hangs on.
And then
what a match. Momentum has shifted.
Grime, like I said, he's a little too fresh right now, so he's going to pretty much just keep breaking up pin attempts until Warlock and Justin Sane figure out a way to kind of wear one of them down. And I think we're seeing a big swing right now. It's one of the OMG moments in the game, and Justin Sane's just going to spin Warlock around here by his ankles. Probably about 10 or 11 times.
What a move!
And then hopefully he can... Oh, nice little red mist. I think he's supposed to be a vampire or something.
There's a counter by Warlock.
He needs to get out of that corner with Justin Sane, because
I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to go.
right now they could capitalize and go for a win here if he can manage to keep things there in his corner, and hopefully if Warlock tags out right here, you know, Justin Sane can kind of turn things around for his team. Warlock's winded, so right now if Grime goes for a pin, it's not going to be good for... there's a rope break. It's the only thing that saved him right there, I think.
Whoa! Don't get up! We know.
Oh my, what a move! There's the pin! And he breaks up the count. My God, there's so much on the line here. I think I saw two fly out. Uh-oh, trying to put him away.
Justin Sane going for a finisher here.
Chester hit it.
See if Terumi can come in and break this up.
He breaks up the pin and the match continues.
Yeah, on this game just really hasn't figured out a way to
this could be big.
Chester
really handle pin attempts in tag team. I'd like to see them get a little bit better at, you know, coming in to defend a pin. Right now they're a little too good at breaking up the pin.
So close.
The last patch we actually saw in tag teams before the last patch, if you did a roll-up pin, which is one of the skill features in the game, the AI would not attempt to break it up. They'd just stand there and watch you get pinned. And so a lot of tag team matchups, if you had somebody that had the roll-up pin and you was, you know, doing one of these community universe modes, there's a few people that do these modes. Dashing DJ Yuri, he's actually the one that inspired me to do it. He was on GameFAQs doing these community universe modes, and yeah, I joined and had a couple wrestlers in there right there at the beginning, and it was just really cool and fun to watch. And everybody from GameFAQs kind of came in there, chipped in with their calls, and he would Twitch them and export them to YouTube, which is the same thing that I'm going to be doing. So you follow my Twitch account. I'm not got any kind of scheduled time that I'm going to be broadcasting. It's just whenever I get the time to do it. So sometimes I might broadcast a lot in a week, and then other times it might be, I want to try to do at least one show a week. Then from there, I'll take the broadcast, and if Twitch manages to archive them, Cyanide for the win, the tag team champion, showing exactly why they're tag team champions. Keeping the action in their corner there. Terumi comes in to defend against Warlock, who would be trying to break up the pin, and Justin Sane just nails his finisher, and I said that.
Let's go to the highlights here.
You see these highlights here, and it's been back and forth all match long.
Some of the big highlights.
Until finally Grime
Let's take a look
Just
back
hitting
on
them
some
with
of the
that sweet chin music.
highlights.
Terumi managing to get in there and keep Warlock from breaking up the pin.
Here are your winners,
But
the Lunatic Grind. And
these are all,
the
you know,
Demon,
the champions that we have set up in my universe right now.
I love a good tag team
I wanted a
match.
way to showcase them. None of this stuff was for the title or anything. I just wanted a chance to put all the champions in there. I don't think we're going to see any kind of title matches until the first pay-per-view, which is all the pay-per-views are set up with the standard universe pay-per-views for each month, which mimics the WWE. So you got Extreme Rules this month, and then they kind of just follow in suit with what WWE does and the themes of the pay-per-views. So right now we're going into our rivalries. Looks like they got a submission match set up between The Risen and JT Robert. The Risen, courtesy of Noodles, son of Jim. Again, a newcomer to the league. Hopefully he sticks around for a little while. And JT Robert, courtesy of ECW CM Punk 95. And this guy actually isn't in the Players League as one of ECW CM Punk 95's alts. It just was another character that he had whenever I was starting up this universe mode, and I had to get 15 on my roster. He told me I could use him. He said he'd like for him to be used anyway because he represents one of the wrestlers he wanted to kind of pay homage to, TJ Roberts. Said he was a good wrestler, and he just kind of wanted to recognize him with that. So right here we have The Risen.
The following contest is a submission
With a
match.
custom
Making his
entrance
way to the ring.
using
From the
advanced
other
settings.
side of
Brought to you by
darkness,
Noodles,
the
son of Jim.
Booker.
The WWE
Good entrance
Universe.
creator.
Let him hear it.
May have to talk to him and Flying Devil about having a mask for mask match because they both use the same mask, but at least they use different color schemes. Flying Devil uses bright red, while the Risen uses dark red. I may be able to give you guys a guest commentator before the end of the show. Maybe not. She's nodding her head no. She's laughing at me right now. And I apologize if you hear me chewing because I am eating my dinner. I'm about done though. But again, if you want to try to follow these universe mode shows, this is April week 1, year 1, so it's the very first show of my universe. I'm going to try to keep broadcasting, and it's just going to be by chance if you catch me on Twitch. If you're new, don't know what the HWF is, just kind of stumbled in here by accident. HWF is a players league for Xbox One for the WWE 2K games. The current game we play is WWE 2K15. And we've been together for a few years now playing on the Xbox 360, and then all of us graduated to the Xbox One. And this is JT Robert, courtesy of ECW CM Punk 95. And I'll take these Twitch broadcasts, which get archived on my profile. My profile for Twitch is NoobJuice82. If you're trying to look up my channel, you can check out the past broadcasts there. They don't stay there forever, they get deleted. I don't know how and when, but unless I manually delete them for whatever reason, Twitch will eventually delete them. They'll just kind of let me know in advance, hey, you got about 3 or 4 days until we delete this. And so if you want to do anything with it or create any highlights or bookmark it, you know, you need to do it. Otherwise, it's going to get deleted. And
Here we go. And all I
then
can say is
from
this one's gonna
Twitch,
be a
I
test of
export
wills.
YouTube, and my YouTube channel you can also find is NoobJuice82. And if you're not on Twitch, not on YouTube, or don't ever plan on using any of those, but still wanting to get in contact with somebody about getting into the league, those gamer tags that you need to know are TMP, Mean Tang, which is separated by a space. So TMP space Meantang. And then Noob Juice 82 would be my gamer tag. If you've got questions, comments, or you just want to tell me, you know, the show sucked. Actually, I got somebody in the chat. They've said, porn, please porn, IFNA, porn, FTW, pornate, porn, and peering. So, BGS, Bogdan.
The Rockers on quite a roll here.
Hopefully you find that porn you're looking for, man. But unless you're turned on by guys in tights, I don't think you're going to find it here. And hopefully you're not. Because that would be kind of creepy. But whatever floats your boat.
Nice move. Boy, did he get dropped or
We
what?
embrace diversity here in the HWF. We're an equal opportunities employer, so... JT Robert and Risen here. JT Robert kind of taking it to him.
Oh, what an STO.
Neck breaker. You have to forgive my play-by-play.
The monster counters.
I'm better at just delivering information and adding color commentary here and there.
Uh-oh, trying to put him away.
And the Rocker hits it.
I wish you could get a little better audio from the game if you wanted to play-by-play, but they're kind of repetitive anyway.
What a move.
And it sounds like they know about as much as I know. I'm pretty familiar with the movesets in these games, but it's hard for me to recall on the fly what's going on when. So JT Roberts is dragging him to the center of the ring, and I'll get better at it. We got a knee stomp here.
The quick kick.
And JT Robert just, you know, it's a submission match, so he's trying to concentrate on giving limb damage to the Risen. I think that's pretty cool that the AI is able to determine that.
Clothesline.
You know, that's a submission match, and they need to kind of do some limb targeting.
Oh, not again.
So I'll say the Risen's going after his legs right there. And that has to be some kind of signature or finisher. We've seen that move earlier
He's looking at it.
in the last match with the champions.
Not this.
And this right here is one nasty looking, it's called a bridging package pile driver or something.
Man, I don't think the wind out of
Or
your
bridging
sails.
package power bomb, but it washes you and crumples you up like an accordion.
Uh-oh, sliding around back.
This is such a painful hold.
And hopefully this broadcast ends by 7
Going from one painful
or
move to
7-ish, because
Talk about catching a
that's
beating.
when we're actually getting together to play in our Players League tonight. So 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, HWF. You can find out more about the Hardcore Wrestling Federation on hwf.guildportal.com or send me a message in Twitch.
There's no getting up from
Send me a
that.
message on YouTube at NoobJuice82. That's also my gamer tag on Xbox Live. If you want to talk to the owner of the league, that's TMP Meantang. Again, that league is more based on actual player skill, so we set up private matches. You join a party, and we set up private matches with people in the party that are basically all got characters in the group.
Wait a minute.
Refusing to give in there. What
Here we
sheer
have a
determination.
big submission attempt from
He's measuring.
JT Robert with the camel clutch.
Relentless.
And the Risen not really nailing too many submission moves until right now, where he's going to go with a camel clutch of his own. But hitting finisher after finisher after signature on
There's no
JT
escaping
Robert
this.
here, and just not enough for the win yet.
Oh,
JT
talk
Robert
about
doing
getting
everything he can to kind of turn the momentum around in his favor.
He's setting up.
Change the tides. He's setting up for a finisher right here. So this is a charged finisher.
That's it. He's
Sweet
done.
chin music, super kick into a Boston Crab. This could be
This is
it
not
for the
position
Risen.
you want to be in.
If he can't drag himself to the ropes, I don't know what kind of body damage he has on him. Most of the limb targeting and stuff was done on the legs and the arms,
Whoa.
but he manages to get out of this one,
Can you
reversing out of that Boston
This
Crab.
is an undying will to succeed.
JT
Oh,
Robert
a serious knockout
just
blow.
hitting that flipping drop kick.
Could be it.
Will he tap
every time the Risen tries to do something, that dropkick kind of has its own unique like little counter window where the animation for it just kind of nails you, and it doesn't matter if you're throwing a punch or not, because it takes your body out of like a certain kind of contact window is what I'm guessing. I'm gonna have to put that on some of my characters because I'm not that good in the Players League. Another kick to the face. If I was JT Robert, I'd probably try to hit that camel clutch or find some way to, you know, kind of hit him and do a submission move to his head, because he's done multiple sweet chin musics, and here's another one right now.
What a move!
That's like the third or fourth kick in the face that the Risen's taken, so if JT Robert can kind of capitalize and do some kind of head submission, that might seal the deal for the Risen. And this is another bridging package powerbomb thing. Don't understand this move. It just looks painful to me. The way it crumples him up like that. This is going to set up... Oh, there we go. Reverse Dragon Sleeper. This is actually one of my favorite submissions of all time. But it was a rope break. So the referee forced him to let go of the hold. JT Roberts showing his agility here. I think that, you know, he's probably about the biggest cruiserweight that we have in the game. When I say that, I mean like luchador style wrestler, and that brought blood, but you won't be able to see because of the Risen's mask.
Uh-oh, look at this. The monster, that was inhuman.
Lots of big spots, big time moves here.
Whoa, he's measuring.
The same moves, but now it looks like we're going to see a trembling face to the knee, or knee to the face. And what kind of submission is this? I don't know the name of this submission, guys. I don't even know what's going on here. I just see one of them legs dangling on JT Robert, but
What's he gonna do next?
he's not giving up.
What a move by the Rocker.
This is a rivalry. This is a storyline starting for these two characters here. And the rivalries put them in submission match. That wasn't my decision. Now these gut-wrench suplexes. Risen showing his like just raw physical strength here.
What a suplex. This guy has strength, that's for
Keeping him locked in and hitting him multiple times. And
Will this do it? Oh, you're not gonna
for all the
last
good that
long
did,
here. Now it's time to fight out or tap out, King.
we've got a tap out there in the Dragon Sleeper. And the Risen's going to take this one home, guys. Like I said, that is my favorite submission move over the years and watching wrestling. That in the figure four.
Let's look at some of them right now.
But usually, it's hard for me on my personal characters to not put the figure four and the Dragon Sleeper on, just because I've always just thought that those were really cool submission moves.
Here is your winner.
So the Risen put him to sleep with the Dragon Sleeper.
Absolutely. Whenever you get a win after a match like this, it's big.
Seems to have the crowd behind him. We'll see what happens next week with that storyline. What JT Robert, how he feels about how that match turned out, and what he's going to do about it. This is a tag team rivalry we got set up here. Two of the tag teams that are in contendership for Cyanide's titles. So we got the Dashing Duo with Dashing Dustin and Camcorder against the Rockers, which is the team of Amazing Punk and Youngblood. Youngblood with the blonde short hair and Amazing Punk with the Ultimate Warrior face paint. But they're actually going to... All these guys are going to come in some different looking attire than what they show on the matchup screen. This is their singles wrestling attire. The Dashing Duo looks more like a cohesive unit than the Rockers do, but when the Rockers come out in their entrance and their tag team attire, they look a little bit more uniform with each other. So, once again from left to right, Dashing Dustin, Camcorder, Youngblood, Amazing Punk. On the left we have Dashing Duo, on the right we have the Rockers. Dashing Dustin, courtesy of Epic Gamer 515, former HWF Hall of Famer, HWF alumni member, and currently on a break, but has been around since the inception of the HWF. And Camcorder, courtesy of TMP Meantang, who is the owner, and this is the Dashing Duo, guys. And I had to kind of come up with this entrance. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, but there just isn't too many tag team entrances available. I like everything so far except for the theme. I'm not sure if I want to stick with that Chris Jericho theme for them. So if you've got any suggestions, anybody, but mainly talking to the owners of the CAWs, so Flying Devil, or I'm sorry, TMP Meantang and Epic Gamer 515. If you guys don't like kind of the way you're represented here, you know, I put y'all as a tag team on there, and I had like 3 or 4 different entrance types to choose from. Right now you guys are using Cody Rhodes and Gold Dust. And I had Dashing Dustin set up as Gold Dust. Just because, like I was saying earlier, Epic Gamer 515's calls sometimes usually have a little bit more dramatic flair to them than the rest of the guys in their movesets. Camcorder actually started out as an NPC. We was just using him as a cameraman in the early days because we needed somebody to referee the matches and judge the matches to make sure nobody was cheating like when we first started the HWF. So we just made a character called the cameraman, and an extra player in the match would just stand outside the ring and literally just watch the match to see if the other 2 guys were cheating online. Then he ended up turning into a playable character, and Meantang took control of him, and we started calling him Camcorder. And so that's kind of unique how he kind of went from being the cameraman to being the superstar Camcorder. And here's the Rockers.
And their opponents, Youngblood and
Paying tribute
Amazing
to D-Generation X.
Rockers.
Because Amazing Punk thought it would be original if they both came to the ring drawing glow sticks and told the crowd to suck it and called themselves D-Generation X. But these guys are the Rockers. Or the new DX. And I can't say anything about being flamboyant. Even though the Dashing Duo is wearing them tassels like nobody's business, the Rockers are looking pretty, the Rockers are just looking pretty right there. A little more so than you would expect out of some of the HWF roster. All 4 of these guys. Most of your standard fare in the HWF is
A handshake and a show of respect between these 2 superstars before they square off.
pretty much ex-cons and ex-ministry members. Talking about the minions from the Undertaker's ministry days. Most of the HWF guys look like they'd fit in there.
If you just tuned in, you're witnessing something special. Uh-oh, trying to put him away.
Camcorder
That's it.
and Youngblood starting things out here.
He's got him covered. And there's a kick out at 1.
Camcorder going for a quick cover right here in the early stages of the match. Youngblood, He's the one you want to watch. I like to say Youngblood's the guy that does the flippies and spinnies.
Youngblood.
And already, right off the bat, Youngblood with a signature, with a big spinny, flippy thing. Helicopter, Hurricane Rana, Frankensteiner thing. Quick jabs. Into a 619. You guys, have you heard about the news with Rey Mysterio and the Mexican wrestler Aguayo? Aguayo, unfortunately, he died in the ring in a matchup where he was in a tag team match with Rey Mysterio, and Rey Mysterio was setting up the 619, and somehow Aguayo whiplashed on the ropes, and the video's kind of disturbing to watch. It's out there, but you know, it's another one of those wrestling tragedies where these guys have basically put their lives on the line for our entertainment, and these accidents happen. And you know, for everything that people want to say about pro wrestling, they do get hurt, and there is risks. And you know, we've seen all kinds of medical issues and stuff pop up that have took these guys out or sent them away for a long time, or made it to where it's impossible for them to even ever be able to wrestle again. And I know there's at least 19 or 20 cases, you know, dating back to when pro wrestling started getting popular in America, and all around the world, where people have died in the ring. I know Ray's struggling with the events that happen, and Aguayo's family, everybody's been in the wrestling community has been, you know, showing them a lot of support in their time of loss, and trying to give them, you know, something back from the wrestling world, because you know they got to be angry. And I don't know what it's going to do for Rey Mysterio. His contract, he let the contract in WWE expire, went over to wrestle with some of his old comrades in the Mexican wrestling circuit, that AAA wrestling. And it's unfortunate, and it happened. And I don't know what that means for Rey in the future, but hopefully he doesn't give it up. I know when I first seen it show up on Facebook, I just thought it was kind of one of the fake videos or the fake rumors, and that it just got kind of confirmed for me earlier today that it was real, so it kind of shocked me a little bit. I'm one of the guys that usually kind of dismiss stuff that I just kind of see on Facebook. Getting back to the action here, I don't want to stay on a bad subject or depressing subject, but
There's the cover. Can he do it?
I really feel for Aguayo's family right now, and you know, I'm very sorry for their loss, and to the wrestling world for their loss, and to Rey, you know, because I'm fairly certain he probably feels responsible. I'd hate to be part of that. So Amazing Punk going for the cover and into a hot tag from the Dashing Duo. So if Dashing Dustin can pull something off here and maybe get a finisher off on Youngblood, the Amazing Punk is still in the ring, and the referee is trying to maintain control here of the situation.
Amazing's going up.
We got the two legal men in the ring now, I guess.
Watch it.
Oh, and what a weird looking.
Whoa, he's measuring.
That move didn't look possible, but I say that WWE 2K15 mentioned in the development cycle that they filtered through the move sets until they figured out the most realistic moves to keep in the game. Now we have another hot tag here. The Dashing Duo Cam Quarter coming in, and is he going to nail the signature? No, Amazing Punk reversing, Russian leg sweep.
What a collision!
Knocking Dashing Dustin from the corner. One of these guys needs to capitalize while the tag team partners aren't in the ring. Cam Quarter going to the top rope.
Bam!
Looking for a big move up here.
Whoa, what's this?
It looks like a top rope superplex. Yeah, he's going to the very top rope. Devastating maneuver right here, Amazing Punk.
There it is! Uh-oh, look at this!
Cam Quarter hitting his elbow drops. 3, 4, 5. This guy, guys, this could go up to like 10 or 11. I just know he's gonna start dancing around and do a big one. Yeah, there we go. And last one, we'll call that 10. We'll see if it's for the win. 2. Amazing Punk kicks out. I don't know where Youngblood's at. The camera's got him cut out of the picture right now. But Amazing Punk was a little spinny flippy of his own.
He's begging for it.
Charging up a finisher here. Looking like we're going to get an RKO out of nowhere.
An amazing move!
Cam Quarter's unable to reverse. Flat out on his back.
The superstar
And kicks out. Got the momentum set on high for this match, so these guys are getting signatures and finishers fast, and the damage is supposed to actually increase incrementally too, so I'm surprised we haven't seen any of these pin attempts. Now here's a desperate pin. One of the things I like about 2K15. Cam Quarter kicking out real quick.
He seems dazed. He's confused.
Guys, this is a lot to keep up with, but Punk just hit his signature. Going for the pin. Dashing Dustin not even going to try to come break it up. Cam Quarter. I guess Dashing Dustin just knows what Cam Quarter can take, because Cam Quarter's breaking out of these pins and making 2 counts like it's nobody's business.
Will it be? He breaks up the pin.
And Dashing Dustin not going to take his chances on that one right there.
Ouch! Look out!
And Youngblood breaking up the finisher move of his partner there.
What a match. Momentum
Exhausting a
is shifting back and
finisher.
forth repeatedly between these superstars.
Amazing Punk doing all the work for his team here. And Cam Quarter really needs to get a tag. Dashing Dustin is not dashing anywhere, just kind of walking in place like a robot. Cam Quarter hitting one of his signature finishers here. I wish I could remember from each one of these 20 members on the roster list here what the signatures were, what the finishers were, and I just know when they're hitting them, because I can tell that they're setting up for a signature or finisher. Youngblood doing what he can to help his partner out here turn the tides. Now we get a double team move from the Rockers. Oh. Into a pedigree, sweet chin music and a pedigree. And all that's going to do is make Cam Quarter mad. He's going to, I was going to say he was going for a comeback, but Youngblood rolled it up into a small package. God, I did so much troubleshooting before I did this Twitch broadcast. I'm going to be really upset if it does to me what it does last time, and either takes out the audio, doesn't save the past broadcast, doesn't archive it for me, or partially takes some audio out somewhere, and then whenever I have to go export to YouTube, it'll be completely mute. And some kind of weird glitch right there. I don't even know what you call that, but Youngblood just kind of hovered out of the ring between the second and bottom rope. Cam Quarter capitalizing on him, coming right back into the ring into a finisher with a big time pile driver into a pin, but Amazing Punk's going to be able to break it up.
A few more seconds and this would have been over.
Youngblood looking to hit that big spinning signature, or I know because Youngblood's my character that his finisher is a 619, or he'll go to the top rope and do the Bam Bam moonsault.
turned again. They're going to fight to the end.
And
Will this be it?
camcorder for the pin.
3.
That's a 3 count. Amazing Punk. I don't know if he just had too much faith in Youngblood there, but camcorder coming through for the Dashing Duo guys. Dashing Duo taking home the victory in this rivalry, this tag team rivalry starting here. They both showed signs of respect, came and shook each other's hands before the match started. So we'll see if that good sportsmanship holds up. We'll see if that good sportsmanship holds up here now that the Rockers have lost the match.
I can't believe what we saw in that.
Like I said, we saw it when the match started, so hopefully we'll see it now that the match has ended or next week, because they're gonna be involved in this storyline probably for the next few weeks. Amazing Punk, he was trying to come in, but then he just started pouting and crying like a baby over there on the ropes. It's Dashing Duo, guys. That's Epic Gamer 515, the blonde guy, Dashing Dustin, and that's TMP Main Tank, Cam Porter. Those guys are your winners here tonight. And just taking a moment to take it in that they've earned their first victory on the first show of this universe mode. Going into our next match, let me do a quick time check here. This is the last match of the evening here, and it's the main event with Flying Devil, another one from TMP Mean Tang. That's actually his main character and pretty much the face of the HWF, versus Maverick, which is my character, and I'm Noob Juice 82. And these two guys were two of the original characters right there at the start of it all. So both there for the first show of HWF. TMP Mean Tang, like I said, started this whole thing. Plays in the league, and you know, for someone that plays in the league that they own, I will say he's very fair, unbiased, and as far as like wrestling skill goes, you know, he's a really good person to have a match against, because he'll let the match go on, he'll break up pin attempts and stuff to keep the action going and stuff in the ring. He'll try to incorporate a lot of back and forth. He'll make sure you get spots set up, and a lot of times, because me and him wrestle similarly in the game, a lot of times that ends up costing us the match. If we did more like just playing to win, we'd have a lot more victories and a lot more title reigns. But for the most part, we're just really proud of where the HWF is now, and you know, coming from where it began and being able to maintain the group after all these years. You know, I give a lot of credit to Mean Tang because he's kept all of us around. And you know, when I took a break for a little while, and he came and found me and asked me, hey, you know, we're bringing it back this year. You think you want to kind of participate somehow? And you know, sometimes I wasn't actually able to play because of time conflicts and schedule conflicts, but I would still help, like make banners, check out the website, kind of contribute where I can.
From Stone Mountain, Georgia, Big
This is Maverick. He didn't always used to be this big of a guy, but the coat kind of adds a little bit to his weight. And this is the last match of the card. These two have been, like I said, they're responsible for a lot of the history of the HWF, and they've took part in a lot of feuds that have been kind of spotlighted in the forums and on the show. So it's fitting that they're going at it. They're set up as enemies in my universe, and Maverick, he's going to go after him real quick and knock out the referee accidentally instead.
Here we go.
But yeah, you can tell these two just
demolition derby.
It's a very high octane rivalry. You know, there's a lot of fuel in the fire. Maverick trying to grapple with him here, and that might not be too wise because Maverick's more of a brawler, guys, and Flying Devil, you know, Maverick can kind of keep him on the ground, and that would be the key for him to win. And this is going to be our last match on the show, so these two have gone at it before, you know, in my exhibition matches, and it's been, you know, back and forth. There's been times where I've seen Flying Devil just get completely decimated, and Maverick just, you know, use his size advantage and strength advantage to just completely dominate him. And then there's other matches that are more like this, where Flying Devil's just constantly, you know, just utilizing the momentum right there at the start of the match, and trying to keep the pace high and just keep it to where Maverick just can't keep up with him. That seems to be what we're seeing so far early on. Flying Devil, you know, kind of taking control of things.
Don't expect a lot of mercy to be shown here.
Just trying to be a ring general right now and keep the pace and flow in his favor. Lots of big kicks to the big guy. Maverick, you know, he doesn't look quite so heavy without that coat. And Players League is sending me constant party invites right now because they're trying to get me in that party. And that's understandable because it's 7 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock Friday, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and it's time for us to get on with the show. I just need to get through this last match here, and
did you hear the impact on that kick?
I'll be with them here in just a minute.
Hey, wait a minute, what's he doing here?
And Flying Devil looking kind of comedic here, trying to get Maverick in this camel clutch.
He's got to get the pressure off somehow.
That right there, I need to make a highlight of that right there because that right there kind of made my night. Just seeing that, that was kind of funny. Maverick is just so huge. He's like, he's not the biggest that you can make a guy in the game. I kind of sized him up to Kane.
Look at the agility.
And you can get a lot bigger than that. They actually have Great Khali in the game now. If you would use Great Khali's character model and make a custom superstar, he would dwarf Maverick. And Flying Devil going for a finisher here. Devil's Whisper.
This could do it.
Going into a cover. And that's going to be it, guys. Flying Devil for the win. That camel clutch, I really hope that's in the match highlights. That was hilarious to watch. Like I said, Flying Devil just, you know, kind of try to keep the pace high. You know, keep it where Maverick just, you know, is unable, because he's slow, just unable to keep up with him and just nail him with move after move.
That match was incredible. I can't believe what we saw during it. Let's take a look back at what exactly happened during this one.
But there's your match. Pretty quick one for a main event.
Here is your winner,
Flying Devil.
Flying
Just like I said, I've seen it before.
Victory here tonight.
Love him or hate him,
I've seen it
that was
go
an incredible match.
from one extreme to the other extreme whenever him and Maverick are in the ring. It's never really a long, drawn-out, balanced thing. It's one of them just completely dominating the other, and it's heads or tails who's going to win. This time it's Flying Devil, so you know, Maverick's attempted a cheap shot, not helping him any in this case. You know, he took out the referee, and that's all he was managed to do, because Flying Devil ducked under it when he was going for that cheap shot at the beginning of the match before the bell rang. Took out the referee, and then Flying Devil after that just kind of the barrage of high-speed attacks, and every time Maverick got up, he just put him right back down. That camel clutch, just the most hilarious thing ever. I would say that's probably my highlight of the night was the Flying Devil trying to apply the Rusev clutch on Maverick. And Maverick just kind of dragging him around the ring. It looked like, when an adult tries to do like a horseback ride for a kid. So let's recap the card real quick. We had the 6-man battle royal with Bobby Black, coming out the victor, and everybody in this was just kind of representing either a tag team that they're part of, or they wasn't in singles competition tonight if they was a singles competitor in a one-on-one match. Then the second match of the evening, we saw all the title holders squaring off in a tag team match. So we had Justin Sane and Warlock, which are 2 singles title holders. We had the world champion and the TV champion going against the tag team champions of Cyanide. And Cyanide, showing why they're the tag team champions. And even though they was going against 2 of the top tier wrestlers in the league, they still managed to put their tag team skills to use and come out with the victory there. In our 3 rivalries, we seen the Risen and JT Robert come out and the Risen take him down. And then we had a tag team showing between the Dashing Duo and the Rockers. And the Dashing Duo and the Rockers both showing good sportsmanship, coming out, slapping each other's hands, shaking hands before the match started. The match went on for quite some time, and then the Dashing Duo managed to pull out the victory over the Rockers. And last but not least, we just saw Flying Devil take Maverick out in a fairly quick match for the main event of the evening. And Maverick, at the beginning of the match before the bell rang, did try to take a blindsided, wild hook to Flying Devil, and Flying Devil just ducked under it, and the referee ended up getting knocked out instead. It didn't really serve no purpose, but ended up kind of setting the pace for Flying Devil, because the rest of the match he just kind of controlled it and acted like the ring general the whole time. We got a couple unread news things, which is just basically going to go up there. The rising tensions between Flying Devil and Maverick for the first week of April here in year 1 is going to continue, and that'll continue on the next week. And then the tag team competition begins to heat up as Camcorder and Dashing Dustin take on Youngblood and Amazing Punk. So guys, I'm going to stop the broadcast now, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining me. Watch on YouTube. If you're interested about the HWF, check out hwf.guildportal.com. And you can find me again on Twitch or YouTube or Xbox Live at NoobJuice82. And we'll see you